Hey folks, welcome to another episode of Military Forces Unleashed. Today, we're diving into the world of the US Navy SEALs, arguably the most elite special forces unit on the planet. Now, I know some of you are probably here thinking, what makes these guys so special? Well, stick around because by the end of this, you'll have a new appreciation for their rigorous training, insane missions, and how they operate in ways that sound more like Hollywood than reality. But first, I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments below. Which military unit do you think could rival the SEALs? Don't be shy. When you hear Navy SEALs, what likely comes to mind are Hollywood images of rugged, invincible soldiers emerging from the water, ready to take on impossible missions. And sure, the US Navy SEALs are among the most elite special forces in the world, but that doesn't mean they're without their flaws, controversies, and shortcomings. Let's take a closer look at what makes this force tick, both the good and the not so good. The SEALs trace their origins to World War II, a time when the US military realized it needed specialized units to tackle amphibious assaults. But the real push came during the Vietnam War, when Navy SEALs were officially created in 1962. Their primary mission was unconventional warfare, conducting operations in the harsh jungles of Vietnam, often deep behind enemy lines. The SEALs earned their stripes in Vietnam, where they became experts in guerrilla tactics, but they didn't emerge unscathed. One of the SEALs' most glaring early challenges was the lack of proper equipment. In Vietnam, they had to improvise, sometimes fighting in their swim trunks, wearing sneakers instead of boots, and modifying their weapons for the humid jungle conditions. It wasn't the picture-perfect image of elite warriors. It was messy, brutal, and far from glamorous. When people think about SEAL training, Hellweek immediately comes to mind. A grueling 5.5 days where candidates sleep less than 4 hours and run over 200 miles, all while subjected to brutal physical and mental tests. Sounds tough, right? It is. Only about 25% of candidates make it through. But here's the kicker. Hellweek isn't even the hardest part of becoming a SEAL. The real challenge comes afterward, when trainees have to master everything from underwater demolition to high-altitude parachuting. A SEAL isn't just a soldier. They're part diver, part sniper, part demolition expert, and part linguist. The variety of skills required is what makes them versatile, but it also leaves room for mistakes. Not everyone excels at everything, and this has led to some interesting operational hiccups over the years. The SEALs are known for having access to the latest and greatest military tech, from advanced night vision gear to cutting-edge rifles. But it's not all sunshine and laser beams. There have been plenty of instances where their gear was more hindrance than help. Take the 2011 Bin Laden raid, for example. Most people don't know that one of the helicopters, a specially modified Black Hawk, crashed during the operation. A piece of supposedly state-of-the-art technology, designed for stealth, literally fell apart at the worst possible moment. Thankfully, the mission succeeded, but it was a stark reminder that even the best gear isn't immune to failure. And let's not forget the standard issue equipment that sometimes falls short. SEALs have been known to complain about the standard issue body armor, which is heavy, cumbersome, and not exactly ideal for their highly mobile operations. While improvements have been made, it's clear that even elite forces sometimes have to work with less than perfect tools. The SEALs have certainly earned their reputation through a long list of successful operations. From rescuing Captain Richard Phillips from Somali pirates in 2009 to killing Osama bin Laden in 2011, their track record speaks for itself. These missions showcase the SEALs' ability to adapt to evolving threats and execute high-stakes operations with precision. But it's important to note that not every mission has gone according to plan. One infamous failure is Operation Red Wings in 2005, which resulted in the deaths of 19 American service members, including 11 SEALs. The mission to kill or capture a Taliban leader in Afghanistan went horribly wrong when the team was compromised, leading to a deadly firefight. While the operation highlighted the bravery of the SEALs, it also exposed vulnerabilities in planning, communication, and logistics. Despite their elite status, the SEALs are not without controversy. In recent years, several incidents have tarnished the force's reputation. In 2017, a SEAL platoon was accused of war crimes in Iraq, including the killing of unarmed civilians. The case went to trial, and although the SEAL in question was acquitted of most charges, the damage to the unit's reputation was done. Internal issues have also come to light, with reports of drug use and discipline problems within the ranks. The SEALs, like any other elite military unit, are not immune to the pressures and temptations that come with high-stakes operations. These incidents have sparked a broader conversation about the culture within the SEALs, and whether the relentless push for results has come at the expense of ethics and accountability. One of the SEALs' biggest challenges today is that they're being stretched too thin. Since 9/11, Special Operations Forces have been the go-to option for nearly every major U.S. military operation. The problem? There's only so much elite manpower to go around. The constant deployment cycle has led to burnout and, in some cases, lowered standards to meet the demand for more SEALs. With conflicts evolving and adversaries becoming more sophisticated, the SEALs face an uncertain future. Drone warfare, cyber attacks, and other modern threats don't always require boots on the ground, and some argue that the SEALs might be over-prioritized in a world where unconventional warfare is increasingly digital. At the end of the day, the Navy SEALs have earned their place in military history. But they're not invincible. They've proven time and again that they can adapt, innovate, and execute some of the most challenging missions imaginable. But they're also human, prone to mistakes, and sometimes victims of their own myth. In a world where warfare is constantly evolving, the question remains, are the Navy SEALs ready for the next generation of conflict? Or are they, like the Black Hawk that crashed during the Bin Laden raid, flying on borrowed time? That's a wrap for today's episode, folks. The U.S. Navy SEALs are a fascinating blend of grit, precision, and sheer willpower. Love them or hate them, they've undeniably shaped modern special warfare. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to keep uncovering more military secrets with us, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and smash the notification bell. Your support helps us keep bringing these stories to life. And hey, if you have any burning questions or topics you want us to cover next, drop them in the comments. Until next time, stay sharp and stay curious.